Alright, weebs, you know what time it is. The Crunchyroll Awards are back. Voting just opened up. I'm excited to get in here and see what the nominees are this year for each of the categories. We are all well aware that there have been some questionable winners in the past. I personally don't think there's a bad outcome here. Either something deserving is going to win these awards, or there's going to be ridiculous backlash and angry weebs all over the internet. I love both, so I can't help but notice that it says voting has started, but there's nothing to vote for. So we're off to a roaring start, Crunchyroll. Look, I swear I like Crunchyroll. I pay for their services, and it just happens that 2 videos in a row I'm shitting on them. They're not going to sponsor me. Here's the other fun thing now while I'm on the shit on Crunchyroll train. Their official trailer for the Anime Awards just doesn't have sound. This is... Why is there no audio? Crunchyroll, what the fuck are we doing? Alright, I finally found the vote button. Apparently, you have to go through their Twitter because their website didn't do anything. Alright, I'm going to start from the bottom of the nominees here and work my way up. Nice to see that one getting nominated. Alright, so of these, I have seen only ReZero and Tower of God. I did give Bookworm and Decadence a shot, but just wasn't into them. So I'm definitely not going to be voting on either of those here. Doro Hey Doro, I'm glad is nominated. I'm happy to see it here, and I do want to give it a chance, but I haven't gotten to it yet, so I can't really vote for it, unfortunately. I liked ReZero and Tower of God. I think I lean Tower of God here, actually. I'm going to vote Tower of God here. I think it's very similar tier as ReZero, but I would much rather encourage the making of more webtoons than encourage more isekai. Best couple. This is a really, really tough category, actually. I'm going to lean Kaguya just because Beastars is from 2019. And fuck Kazuya. Chizuru doing her best to carry this couple, but she can't carry it by herself. I'm sorry. Best score seems like it'll be a good one. That seems fun. Wow. Best score is so hard. I mean, the Great Pretender songs, the intro and the outro, both amazing. Beastars has one of my favorite intros, I think, of all time. And the score in both of them, the actual OSTs, are just like, they hit a lot harder. They're very emotional, impactful soundtracks when they need to be, but they're also very upbeat and fun when they need to be. Tower of God is amazing, epic music. Kevin Pankin is a genius, but I think I have to give it to Great Pretender. There wasn't a song in Great Pretender I disliked. I loved the music in this, and I actually think the show was amazing. Best comedy in that. The first thing here is the light novel title. This is hilarious. Yeah, I unfortunately haven't seen a lot of these, but I did like Kaguya, so I have to give it there. Unfortunately, I don't have the most informed opinion on this category, but Love is War was really good, so I don't really have any problem giving it there, even if I have less info on the other ones. Ooh. Best drama, and once again, I'm stuck facing down Beastars and Great Pretender. I gave Great Pretender best soundtrack. Beastars was close. I do think it flips a little here. I think Beastars was a little bit better of a drama than Great Pretender was. Wow. Best fight scene. We have a Jujutsu Kaisen 2 God of High School fights, a Sword Art fight, a Hero Academia fight, and an Akudama Drive fight. I haven't seen Akudama Drive. I'm not going to vote for that. The Jin Mori Jogel Tech is like towards the end of God of High School. It's a really cool fight, but the end of God of High School was so shit that it's hard for me to give them awards for the way that ended. The Berkeley Dark God Vecta, I think, is decent, but I don't even think it's the best fight in this season of SAO. So I can't vote for it as the best fight of the season. Which leaves me with three very different fights to look at. The Deku overhaul fight, really big moment in the show. But I think technically and visually, the Jinmori Hondoe and the Jujutsu fight stand out a lot more. They are just visually beautiful. As much as I love Jujutsu, I'm gonna have to give it to this God of High School fight. I'll throw a clip of this in here because it is gorgeous. That fight alone is what gave God of High School any credit that I gave it. Best character design. Ooh. I like these. There's a lot of uniqueness to them. I can't give it to the Inuyasha spinoff because they just look like Inuyasha characters. I don't even know how that's nominated, to be quite honest. BNA has some cool designs. I like Great Pretenders a lot. I might have to go with Tower of God on this one. I just think the art style was so unique. And it kind of had a mix, at least. Like, BNA's animals, humans. Great Pretender is just all human. Izoken is unique, but I don't really love the designs necessarily. Hanako-kun has some pretty good designs, but I don't think they're the best one here. Tower of God, we have a whole list of species and different kinds of people and races and things like that, and I think they did a good job creating all these different races and species and kind of immersing you in what their world is. So I'll give it to Tower of God. Oh, best animation. Is Princess Connect Redrive just nominated because the game is what's sponsoring the Crunchyroll Awards? Jujutsu looks great. God of High School look great. They're both MAPPA. They're both outstanding in terms of their fight sequences and their action scenes. Izoken and Great Pretender are very smooth and good looking throughout, but I think Beastars has to get it just because I hate CGI in shit. It never fucking looks good. But Beastars made an entire CGI anime and it looks fantastic. So I'm gonna give it to Beastars, but this is a very tough one. I feel like there's 4 or 5 great choices and Princess Connect Redrive. Best Director. It's kind of hard for me to say best director. I feel like this is me just picking the best show. That being said, Izoken, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Kaguya are all manga adaptations. Tower of God, a webtoon adaptation, and Decadence and Great Pretender are anime originals. So I think I would favor the original a little more. That seems like it's much more difficult to work with and create an amazing product, and I thought Great Pretender was fantastic. I loved everything about Great Pretender, so I'll put Best Director there. Best English Voice Actor. Fuck if I know. I actually did watch probably half of Great Pretender dubbed, and half of it subbed. I'm giving it to him for Great Pretender. Sorry if the other ones were amazing, but it's the only dub I've watched in the last 10 years, so he gets it. Japanese voice acting performance is interesting. This is not who I expected to be nominated. I didn't watch a few of these shows, but I'll give it to Subaru. He had some cool, passionate moments and really violent moments, and the voice actor did a good job with it. These nominees, I'm either not super impressed or I don't really know them, so this is a tough one. Best ED, baby. This is where I start getting excited. Oh my god. I love the ending of Jujutsu so much, but how do I not vote for Freddie Mercury? Oh my god. they're like the two best visuals and songs for an ending I've seen in so long, and I didn't consider I'd have to choose. Damn man, give me Great Pretender. Fuck. Sorry, Jujutsu, you deserve it too. You both deserve it. Best intros. Excited for this one too. Love the Kaguya one. Great Pretender was good again. I mean, all of these are good. That's why they're here. I'm surprised it took this long to finally get a Haikyuu nominee. But I'm going to give it to Wildside from Beastars. It's one of my favorites. Best girl. Let's start a fight. Alright, never mind. We don't really have to start a fight. It's okay. I'll just pick Chizuru. Best boy. Let's start a fight. Saw a lot of growth in Hinata. Kun and Gojiro. It was super cool. I'm going to give it to Legoshi just because of... we get to see a lot of sides of him. We get to see a lot of like emotional stuff, a lot of very serious stuff, funny stuff. I think he feels oddly enough as a CGI wolf feels more human than any of the other characters, and he's just a fantastic character. Best antagonist? This is really hard because Sukuna and Echidna are both like allies of the protagonists. I don't really know if they're not really true antagonists, so that's a really cool dynamic. Overhaul was pretty good, but he was pretty standard. Again, I still have to check out Doro Doro, so I'm sorry I can't vote for N. But the entire internet and every single human being that watched Tower of God or has read Tower of God hates Rachel. And that online hatred, as strong as it is, makes her a great antagonist. She was the best antagonist of the year because I don't remember anyone else starting a fucking war online. Best protagonist. Again, not voting Decadence. I didn't like Next Life as a Villainess or Demon Academy just because of where we saw him in previous seasons to where he is now. I have to go with Hinata. The 2 seasons of Haikyuu to the Top that came out in 2020 was just a ridiculous amount of growth for him as a character. And that's what makes a great protagonist, is character development and growth, and we're finally getting there and seeing it with him. So I'll give it to him. Here it is. The last category, the big one, Anime of the Year. What do we got? I gotta say that I do really, really love these nominees. I'm shocked that there's not Haikyuu or Tower of God on this list. But we're getting 2 heavy CGI shows, 1 best-selling Shonen Jump action, Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken, and Great Pretender. I mean, it's a pretty diverse, unique group to be nominated. I love that. I think this is fantastic. It's really hard, but I'm going to give it to my personal favorite. I mean, I gave it a 9 out of 10 on my list, and I have to lean Great Pretender for Anime of the Year. It is the highest rating that I gave to any show I completed in 2020. So my personal opinion, that's what I'm going with. I thought Great Pretender was absolutely phenomenal. But there's some other really, really strong choices, and I love that it's not just all these shonen action series. Jujutsu Kaisen gets its moment, but I'm glad we don't see some of the other big popular things like SAO or Haikyuu or even Love is War. As good as all of those were, it's cool to see this diversity here up for Anime of the Year. Alright, you guys can go in and vote yourself for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. If the website doesn't work, go to their Twitter, because what the fuck? You can vote every day from now until January 22nd. I'm only planning on voting once here. I'm not going to spam these votes, but you can do whatever you want. I'm not a cop. And I will see you guys on February 19th when the Crunchyroll Awards actually go live. And we'll see who wins this shit.